Thank you, everyone, for joining us here this evening. I'll invite everyone to take their seats. One of the things I like to do over my past nearly 2 years with the congregation is start everything almost on time, so that way we can end on time. So welcome to our annual congregational meeting here at Temple Israel. A few things to mention before we begin as we are gathered in the sanctuary. It unfortunately has become one of our duties to point out some of the safety features of your local Temple Israel sanctuary. So please note your nearest exits. They may be behind you, they may be next to you, they may be behind me. They are indicated with a red sign that says exit. We have fire extinguishers located in the back. In the mezzanine, we also have a first aid kit in the AV room and in the main office along with a defibrillator. We do ask that you put your cell phones on silent. But if you notice something, feel free to say something to someone wearing a blue badge, either a board member or a staff member, or to our security officer. In the case of an emergency, feel free to call 911. And thus ends the majority of our safety briefing. But again, we're just delighted to welcome all of you to our annual congregational meeting. Just a quick aside before we begin. As many of you know, usually we do these on Sunday mornings. We had it scheduled for this past Sunday morning, but Sophia Stern had the nerve to graduate on Sunday, along with my daughter Emily. So we rescheduled to Tuesday evening. So we're so grateful to all of you for being here with us this evening. And now to begin with our formal invocation, we invite up Rabbi Berezin.
Shalom, everyone. Thank you all for being here as we reflect on an incredible year together. Time has a way of passing in remarkable ways, making the days seem long but the weeks and months short. Tonight we have the opportunity to really think about the ways that Temple Israel has continued to provide meaning in the lives of our community members each and every day. In everything that we do, in worship, in education, in acts of tikkun olam, the repair of the world, in moments of simcha and sorrow, and in everyday moments of connection and kindness, our community, Temple Israel, was at the center of so many of them. Tonight we'll take time both to reflect on the past year and to dream about the future of what our ever-expanding, vibrant, warm, thriving, sacred community can be if we work together on our shared vision and values. And at the same time, we'll have the opportunity to express our tremendous gratitude for everyone who made all that we do possible. As we look forward to this future together, I wanted to share a poem with you that I came across recently that really encapsulates so much of what my prayer for our community will be in this next year. It's called Wildly Unimaginable Blessings, and it's by Alden Solovey. Let us dream wildly unimaginable blessings, blessings so unexpected, blessings so beyond our hopes for this world, blessings so unbelievable in this era, that their very existence uplifts our vision of creation, our relationships to each other, and our yearning for life itself. Let us dream wildly unimaginable things, a complete healing of mind, body, and spirit, a complete healing for all, the end of suffering and strife, the end of plague and disease, when kindness flows from the river of love, when goodness flows from the river of grace, awakened in the spirit of all beings, when God's light radiating holiness is seen by everyone. Let us pray with all our hearts for wildly unimaginable blessings, so that God will hear the call to open the gates of the garden, seeing that we haven't waited, that we've already begun to repair the world, in testimony of our faith in life, our faith in each other, and our faith in the Holy One. Blessed be God's name. And so my prayer for all of us tonight in this year ahead is that we together dream wildly unimaginable blessings for each other, because together we are capable of being those blessings for ourselves, for each other, and for our community. We say together, Amen.
Amen.
I'd like to invite our president, Justin Cooper, to give a presidential report for our community.
Good evening, and thanks for everybody appearing. This last year has been a year of full and a meaningful year here at Temple. If the video works, we can show you some highlights. Like any year, there's been laughter, some moments of sorrow, some really incredible highs, and some areas where, like any organization, we need to improve and do better. As we take a look back on this past year, we're fortunate to find ourselves in a place of strength and opportunity, and this is the moment for optimism. At the same time, we are in a period of transition and transformation. Nothing in synagogue life is linear. Things seldom go as we plan, and the road we travel is often full of turns and even some detours. As we embark yet on another year, this year too will have its ups and downs, plenty of twists and turns, and yet we can remain focused on why we chose to belong to Temple Israel. Think for a moment about why each of you chose to belong. Why is membership important here, and why Temple Israel feels like a good fit? Maybe what drew you to Temple initially has changed as your life has changed. Whatever that reason you felt the need to belong was for spiritual guidance, a sense of community, connection with tradition, the opportunity to create social connections, a place for your learning for you and your children. But perhaps maybe you came here because you were seeking comfort and support in difficult times, looking for engagement with social justice and activism. And in the area that we strive for our lives, to live in a community that adds purpose to our lives, and where consideration of personal values and ethics are important factors in making our daily life decisions. The reasons are endless, and the entrance points into synagogue life are also endless. I think for all those reasons you have for joining Temple and being part of Temple Israel center on one idea: creating a community helps us to feel not so alone and allows us as human beings for our life and spirit to flourish. So what's that evidence that we need to belong together? The recent successes of our Hanukkah celebration, our second Seder night, are envy of my presidential counterparts all over the country. The sheer number of attendees shows that there is a huge desire to be together, that doing things alone will simply not satisfy. Similarly, we are in a huge success in our Temple Tots program and the reinvigoration of our school, as well as an increasing demand for adult education. In each of these gatherings, there's a connection, caring, and the creation of a unique community. That is why we continue to do what we do here at Temple. So how do we accomplish all that? First, let's talk about the clergy. We start with a new clergy team, or a reinvigorated team, sorry. I'm pleased to announce that we have renewed Cantor Alexander's contract and extended Rabbi Berenson's contract. As teammates with Rabbi Sharf, they've added something special to what we offer here at Temple Israel. They have developed their own constituencies, their own community groups, that continue to expand and are inclusive and welcoming and hoping for more to join. As a team, they are stronger than their individual talents. So what's my ask? That you get to know the clergy more and allow them to know you and your needs and desires from Temple Israel. Meet with them one-on-one. Meet with them in small groups. Tell them where you are in your Jewish journey and where you'd like to be, because they want to help you get there. The Tri-Faith Initiative. Recently, I was at the JCC and I saw an old story about Father Flanagan and Henry Monsky in the founding of Boys Town, our neighbors just down the street. Together, they worked to fight prejudices of race, religion, and ethnicity, while committed to the belief that they could do so while practicing their individual faiths openly and proudly. I think they would be proud of our work with our Tri-Faith partners, our neighbors, and our friends. But like the song that's become the Boys Town's theme, using some literary license, the road with Tri-Faith Initiative has also been a long road with many winding turns that has led some questions about where that road leads us. But our commitment needs to remain steady and our resolve strong. I believe we are strong enough to help carry one another forward on that road. Our neighbors' welfare is our concern as our welfare is their concern. When we recently experienced some anti-Semitic and anti-Israel graffiti on the building, our Tri-Faith partners immediately called with concern, sympathy, and offers of support. That's what partners do for one another. The message of the Tri-Faith Initiative is more important today than ever before, and maybe the world is watching. So what is my ask here? In the next year, let us recommit ourselves with fortitude and resolve that the Tri-Faith Initiative is in fact an essential part of who Temple Israel is, understanding that whatever burden accompanies that commitment, the burden is not too heavy. Membership. Continuing with my theme about the Temple Israel Road is long with many a winding turn, membership has been anything but smooth and linear. We've lost a number of Temple member families by their passing. Our lives were enriched by their presence, and there will be a few empty chairs at our table. If the deaths cause us to veer off the road to the right, the addition of new members and new births has steered us back to the center of the road, adding new life to the congregation. But to move forward down the road, we need to actively recruit new members and retain and re-engage our congregation. Membership recruitment and retention requires energies and attention now. We all have a role in growing that community. What's my ask? Let's make a pledge to tell people why we love Temple Israel, why we come here, and why they should be part of something special. Invite them to join you in experiencing Reformed Jewish life in Omaha. The next time you come to Shabbat services, take a class, go to a Rosh Chodesh, Holy Smokes event, book club, bring someone with you. I'll bet you they'll love Temple for the same reasons that you do. Finances. The road marked finances is not in crisis, but yes, it's a bumpy one. But I want to make one thing clear. It's not in crisis. There are a number of potholes, and the path forward requires thoughtful navigation. But where we find ourselves right now is, as I said a few moments ago, in a position of opportunity and strength as we bring new energy and excitement to Temple, but it all costs money. So it's not surprising the question I get asked most often is, why does it cost so much to be Jewish? And the answer is, it costs a lot to offer quality programs, to educate our children, to provide inspiring worship, to provide a building that is safe and warm and a second home to many of us, and to support the professionals who care for us with such heart. Through Life and Legacy program and the Circle of Giving philanthropy programs and continued dues collection, we've laid a solid foundation groundwork. This year, the Circle of Giving brought in $70,000. Still, there's more to do. While we are working on strategic plans and pursuits for grant opportunities, there's no guarantees. We are working on a plan to help ease and share the burden of living a Jewish life. But the reality check is simple. If we don't support this institution, who's going to? There are always opportunities to celebrate and memorialize life cycle events through contributions to the general fund at Temple Israel or to designated purpose funds. And if there are things at Temple that you'd be interested in helping to fund, please find me or one of the clergy or staff. We'd love to partner with you in supporting this community. Now, some of the highlights that I want to tell you about the budget: membership dues for most of us, and like other nonprofit organizations, only cover about 33% of our operating and salary budget. Yet dues are an essential component of the budget, and we will be recommending a slight increase in dues for the next year. While programs like the Hanukkah dinner and the Passover Seder were hugely successful in terms of attendance and a positive energy and goodwill that is difficult to measure, from a purely budgetary perspective, we didn't cover costs. Philanthropic endeavors like the Circle of Giving and legacy contributions have been helpful in reducing the budget gap, but a deficit remains. Safety, security, audiovisual upgrades, all are essential expenditures, and these costs continue to rise. My ask here is to consider contributing beyond your dues and help us plan strategically for the future by ensuring that we have the funds to meet as many of the diverse needs as we can. Think about the value Temple Israel adds to your life. Your generosity helps Temple Israel remain a place where everyone is welcome, regardless of financial circumstances, and a spiritual home for generations to come. Where spiritual services and life cycle events bring that meaning and connection to our lives, where religious education for all of us brings out a love of learning and Jewish identity, where social justice and community outreach reflect our commitment to Tikkun Olam. These conversations matter. If you have the capacity to increase your donations, every dollar helps in meeting those goals, because Temple Israel matters. Consultant. As many of you know, we have hired a consultant, Ann Constantino, to help us find ways to better serve you, our members. If you have not met Ann yet, she's here tonight, please seek her out and talk to her about your passions, your hopes, and what you need from your membership. Your voice is essential in shaping our path forward. We are incredibly fortunate to benefit from Ann's wisdom, strategic guidance, and deep knowledge of best practices in nonprofit governance. Her role is to help us align our synagogue structure, cultures, and systems with our sacred mission, and so that we can serve you, our members, with even greater purpose and intention. We hope in this next year to take some bold steps with curiosity and inquisitiveness to reach a level of excellence. And will be helping us in several ways to meet that goal. In the next year, we as a board, staff, and clergy want to surpass your expectations. We want to make sure that everything we do at Temple Israel becomes a congregant-centric culture. By helping to strengthen and reorganize our board of trustees and our delivery processes, we will be working on a vision not just of what Temple is now, but what Temple could be in the future. And will help us strengthen the existing relationship between clergy, staff, and the lay leadership, and is working with us to design a full year of board education and helping to reignite the committee structure. With a stated purpose, strong governance, and best practices established for the board and each committee, we can involve more congregants in the sacred work of this synagogue and provide a greater way for us to hear your voice. And will also help us to evaluate and align team roles and responsibilities to allow for a better communication and efficiency. Having clarity of roles and responsibilities will be beneficial so that everyone is held accountable to the goal of implementing our mission. Further, she will ensure to have sufficient data to make good decision-making opportunities. And we'll take a hard dive in our accounting practices to ensure that we have clear rules on how to use endowment funds and recognize donors and their contributions. We've already begun a review of our investment policy and bidding and purchasing processes. Finally, if that's not enough, Dayenu, Ann will help us increase our financial understanding and planning. We are working to create a strategic plan for ongoing fundraising. We want to learn what other nonprofits and religious-based institutions are doing out there to maintain stability and growth, such as grant opportunities, annual giving practices, and more. Finally, we want to be transparent that our financial house is in order and make that a yes, Temple is a good place to invest your time and money. So in conclusion, what do we want to say in a year from now? What will we have accomplished? Maybe most of you in a year from now, I want you to know How did Temple make you feel? Were you an active partner with us? Did Temple add meaning to your life? The number of people that deserve a shout out and thank you is large. First, I want to thank my board, the new members joining us, the clergy and staff, and all who have devoted time and energy, passions and commitment to Temple Israel. But the biggest thank you is to the congregation who have trusted us to lead. Thank you for walking down this road with us. The journey continues, though you may not find the Temple Israel roadmap on Google Maps. I believe that by being together, the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. We now invite up Emily Wares, the chair of our YLP Steering Committee, to present us with some updates about our amazing YLP program.
This feels different from where I was just sitting. Good evening, everyone. It's a true privilege to be here tonight as we celebrate the incredible year of learning, growth, and connection with our youth learning program, YLP. Over the last year, we've seen our students step into their Jewish identities with energy and heart. Sunday mornings begin with spirited assemblies of students-led telefilot that brought joy and meaning to our community spaces. New grade level Shabbats deepened relationships between families and created new traditions. Our sixth grade retreat offered families time to bond and prepare for their Bar Mitzvah journey as a supportive cohort. Our younger students marked key milestones, whether it was the excitement of kindergarten consecration or the pride in receiving their first Siddur in third grade. And our older learners brought Torah to life, delivering personal reflections, engaging in acts of community service like planting with the Tri-Faith Gardeners and delivering trees to our partner communities for Tu B'Shvat. Over the past year, we've carefully reached out to all parents in the YLP program. As our Director of Education, Julie Levine, transitioned into her new role, she embarked on her own educational mission to get to know our congregation, but to understand our community's motivations. She hosted grade-level meetings to identify the key reasons families enrolled their children into the YLP program. Participating families communicated their top reasons for their children's involvement. And to no surprise, they were Judaism, community, connection, identity, and tradition. Participating families, and this was valuable feedback as we want to serve as this will serve the foundation for our programming into next year. And the reason for that is because our YLP program does more than educate. In addition to our rituals at home, YLP programming helps cultivate and develop Jewish identity and community. It shapes character, it builds friendships, and sows the seeds of a vibrant Jewish culture. In this year, it thrived because of our shared commitment to something bigger than ourselves. Now, let me speak candidly about the future. Delivering this caliber of Jewish education requires significant investment, from teacher salaries to curriculum resources, from keeping our spaces welcoming and safe for our students, to offering enriching experiences that go beyond the classroom. Costs are rising, and we must rise to meet them. This year, we took a deep dive into the YLP budget and cost of programming, and this is what we learned. An impactful increase in YLP tuition has not been requested in years. The average cost of tuition per student is approximately $3,700. Historically, Temple Israel has generously subsidized 65% or more of our tuition costs per student. If families needed additional help, Temple Israel has worked with families to provide additional scholarship resources. We are incredibly grateful for this historic generosity of Temple Israel. And as we move forward, we need to develop a more sustainable financial model to ensure the longevity and success of the YLP program. In order to sustain and strengthen our program, we're introducing a modest tuition increase for the coming year. Each student tuition will increase $100. For our most popular program, Sunday-only program, that means it'll cost $550. Wednesday, Sunday programs will be $650, and Hebrew High will now be $600. These tuition changes are part of a larger vision to make small incremental tuition increases year over year until we reach a more moderate rate of sponsorship at Temple Israel. We're also inviting families to see a full cost of their child's education and choose whether they'd like to pay the full amount or a subsidized rate, or maybe, like my family, something in between. And as always, financial assistance will be available for any family that needs it. No one will be excluded. This isn't just a budget decision, it's a value decision. It's about building a viable path forward where excellence in Jewish education is not only preserved, but elevated. And we're doing this together, not as a staff or a board, but as a congregation, because the return on investment isn't measured in dollars, it's in confident B'nai Mitzvah students, thoughtful teen leadership, and lifelong connection to Jewish life, tradition, and community. So thank you for your trust and partnership and your support, and let's continue to grow something extraordinary together. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Now it's time for the Senior Rabbi Report. So I'm actually going to start off with what we tell our B'nai Mitzvah students to end with, which are a few thank yous. So first of all, a huge thank you to Justin Cooper for his amazing leadership, and to the executive committee and board of our congregation for supporting us as we continue to work on bringing the next vision of Temple Israel to life. Thank you to the amazing team that we have, including Misty, Michelle, Julie, Stephanie, Alana, Allison, Heather, Scott, and our newest member, Chris, as well as to my amazing clergy partners, Rabbi Berzin and Cantor Alexander. So what have we done this past year? Well, first we welcomed in a fantastic new educator in Julie Levine, who has helped bring a sense of vibrancy and life to our already wonderful program. And now we're already seeing the dividends pay off as our students not only show up with smiles, but also leave with smiles, and families really feel that the trust they have placed their children in our hands has been a worthwhile investment. This past summer, I served as Segel, as faculty at Asrui for my very first time, took my youngest there as a camper, and as we were leaving, his first question to me was, when can I go back? And so he's excited to be returning to Asrui, and I'll be joining him as faculty again this summer. Also, there's been a lot of transition at Tri-Faith, as Justin mentioned, including a new president of Tri-Faith, our very own Brian Fahey, who's helping steer us in the direction of Tri-Faith 3.0. So what's been going on here at Temple? Well, one of the things that we've been working on is revitalizing our adult education program to make it more robust. We've been offering a weekly Zohar class. I offered a summer class on Jews and comics. Cantor did a class on Israel and Palestine. Zach Smith, who we're going to be honoring a little bit, Dr. Zach Smith, did a class, basically a semester's worth, on how the Israelites became the Jews. We had a class on gender dynamics in the Israel-Hamas war. We've been participating in Beit Midrash and prayer book Hebrew classes, just to name a few. And we're going to be working on expanding that even more in this coming year. We had an amazing High Holy Day experience, a Hanukkah celebration, Purim, second night Seder. We showed the Abraham's Bridge documentary at Countryside. We had our scholar in residence with Rabbi Leah Berkowitz. We showed a documentary here on Colleyville, including bringing in the director of the documentary and one of the hostages. We welcomed Yehuda Kurtzer as part of the larger communal tapestry program. We've had baby namings, B'nai Mitzvah, weddings, conversions, hospital visits, and of course, sadly, funerals as well. We've introduced a Rock Shabbat style service with our own in-house band, Shul of Rock. And we also recently dedicated the Lis Azriel Memorial Garden right next to our Tri-Faith Community Garden. Now, I can speak for my colleagues, but also just mention a few ways that I've represented Temple Israel in the larger community. I participated in the State of Millard Public Schools meeting. I've gone to Elkhorn Public Schools board meeting, the Together Gala. I also represented Temple at the installation of the Archbishop of Nebraska, Michael McGovern. I don't think I need to hear the word Jesus anymore after that. I was honored to participate in the Omaha Bar Association Memorial Program just last week, the groundbreaking of Chabad, as well as Cantor and I participated in the Interfaith Thanksgiving service, which, by the way, we will be hosting this coming year. Challenges. Well, Justin mentioned a few of them. We have had an executive director transition as our very own Nate Shapiro, who has graciously offered to help us out with tech this evening. There have been some bumps along the way, but we are working through it. Also mentioned that we had our anti-Semitic graffiti, which one of the things that came out of it was the realization that as a larger Jewish community, we need to be more intentional about our strategic responses to both threats and to the larger anti-Semitism that we may experience. So under my advisement, we convened at Rabbis and Presidents, a larger group to get together to begin to think about how we as a community can respond, because incidents such as these don't just impact one organization or one congregation, but also impact the larger Jewish community. Mentioned challenges and changes at Tri-Faith, and of course, navigating who we are in a post-October 7th world. I'll get back to that in a moment. So what are some of our goals for the coming year? Well, as Justin mentioned, we're working on governance and best practices. We are working on new leadership opportunities under the guidance of Ann Constantino. We're working on our fundraising, including perhaps engaging in an endowment campaign. More on that later on. We are working on expanding our varied and meaningful worship and learning opportunities, including perhaps a class this summer in the history of anti-Semitism, a real riveting and not depressing subject at all. We are going to be installing a new sound system into our sanctuary. That is actually going to happen, I am told, before the Mashiach arrives. We are working on being a shining star for Reform Judaism here in the great state of Nebraska. We are also expanding our worship opportunities in Omaha, including at least several times a year a pop-up Shabbat closer into town. Our next one's going to be on June 6th in partnership with First Fridays in Benson. Rabbi Berzin's going to be introducing Shabbat Mishpacha, which is going to be a parallel service for those families who have transitioned out of Tat Shabbat but are not yet quite ready for our main service. We are also continuing with grade level Shabbats, which were brought back this past year to tremendous success. And we're also working on having a greater presence for our students in Lincoln. We're not just seeding the ground to Chabad, but also going to try to have at least one or two Shabbat experiences for our students there as well. So we do have a tremendous amount going on. But the piece that I sort of want to emphasize and also conclude with is one of the things that we are very much striving to do here at Temple is to be a home for Machloket L'Shem Shemayim, to be a home not just for exploration of Judaism, not just for experiencing Judaism, not just for imparting Jewishness onto our children and to our grandchildren, but also to be a place that can embody sacred arguments. As I mentioned, we are living in a post-October 7th world where far too many have found themselves in their corners of certainty. And I'll probably be speaking more about this on the high holy days, where they are more in their corners where they are right and you are wrong. And the reality is we have a variety of thoughts, feelings, and opinions on this, and the only way we can create greater understanding is by being in dialogue, by being in relationship with one another, and letting go of some of our certainty. The world has certainly turned on Israel. It has turned on Jews. And if we turn on each other, it makes it so much easier to make us vulnerable for all the hatred that's going on in the world. It's okay to be uncertain. It's okay to be conflicted. It's okay to be angry, to be hurt, to be resentful that your congregation, your community doesn't necessarily espouse all the values in the way that you want to see them expressed. Come and talk to us. Come and talk to each other. We are a space for sacred disagreement. That is what it means to be Jewish. That is what it means to be part of a community. That is what it means to be on this sacred journey. We try to teach our children this, our grandchildren this, that to be Jewish means it's okay not to have all the answers. We can all find our pathways moving forward as part of our community, but only if we continue to create spaces for dialogue. That is what it means to be part of Temple Israel and to be part of the Jewish people, at least I feel. So we thank you again for being a part of our sacred community, for trusting us as now I enter into my third year with the congregation. Believe it or not, it's been almost 3 years now. Yes, we are in conversations, not active negotiations, but conversations to create a new contract for me. So hopefully I'll be with you for many more years to come. It is an honor and a privilege to serve as the senior rabbi, the 19th senior rabbi of Temple Israel. It's an honor to be part of your journeys, and it's an honor to have you as part of our journeys. May we continue to be blessed from strength to strength, and may Temple Israel continue to thrive and prosper in these challenging times and continue to be that beacon, that light we know that it can be. Amen. And now we've done the majority of the reports, not quite all of them, but the majority of them. And so now we will continue on with nominations and gratitudes. We're going to invite up both Justin Cooper to demonstrate gratitude for outgoing board members and Dan Gilbert to present us with the nominating report for our incoming board members.
Thank you. Larry? As Larry walks forward, both Larry and Marty Pullis will be leaving us, having served their sentence on the board. Their service to the board of trustees is kind of a thankless job, and so here's my public thank you to you for that. In your service to the board, you've added insight and your voice to the direction that the synagogue is to follow, and your impact has been immeasurable. You gave your time and energy for something each of you believed in and that you cared about deeply. Your leadership helped Temple Israel move forward and allowed us to meet the needs of our fellow congregants. Larry, a special condolences to you for being the treasurer. You stepped in and you showed us how to look at the numbers and try to understand and how that impacts what we do. Thank you both for your passion and as ambassadors about our mission and the vision for Temple Israel. We wish you well and welcome you back because as of today, you're officially reclassifying you and reinstalling you as a member. And that's an honor in itself. Thanks for your service.
Thank you. So I'll do this and then you'll call for vote. Yeah, okay, all right. So, excuse me. One of the privileges of being the past president is to pinch hit for the past president when he's not available. So in that role, I'm here on behalf of Troy Meyerson and the rest of the nominating committee, which consisted of Sally Kaplan, Jeff Silverstein, Emily Wares, and Leora Werner, to present the following slate for our board. After I present this to the congregation, we'll vote on the following slate of officers and members of the Board of Trustees for the 2025-26 fiscal year. So for the congregation, I am truly honored to present for President Justin Cooper, for President-elect Jeff Silverstein, for Vice President Tamara Drager, for Vice President Cindy Goldberg, for our secretary, Larry Gendler, for our treasurer, Jeff Lawden, and for our past president, Troy Myerson. We have 2 board members who have agreed to serve a second 3-year term. That's Shelley Fox and Margaret Gerwitz-Smith. Joining our board, or rejoining our board, Catherine Finnegan, and joining our note, Megan Spomer, who I don't see tonight. And then lastly, to complete 1-year term for Marty Poulos, who's stepping down, is Jennifer Vick. And so with that, Justin, that's the report of the nominating committee.
Thank you. Thank you. So the vote before the congregation is all in favor of adopting the slate of officers and board members as presented. Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Let the record reflect the motion passes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Justin, don't go too far. We now invite up all those board members, those newly voted upon members, to come join us on the bema as we're going to formally install you. So any board members present, come on up. As we'll come gather in front of the ark. Come through, so don't mind me. I'm going to invite everyone who's able to please rise as the ark is opened. And Justin, we are going to have you hold the Torah. The Torah, as I like to explain to interfaith communities who come here to temple, that if Judaism is a house, Torah is the foundation upon which everything that we built and continue to build stands. And so by symbolically taking on this Torah onto your shoulders, you're symbolically once again taking on the weight of the Jewish people, but also the honor of the Jewish people, and the weight of Temple Israel, and the honor of leadership of Temple Israel as well. And so now we will continue with a formal installation.
So as I look at all of our board members, those who are continuing on to service and those who are joining our board, we offer this blessing to you in gratitude and in prayer for a fruitful and wonderful years of board service. Holy One of blessing, bestow your blessing upon these leaders who have been elected to serve our congregation. Instill in them with insight and understanding, perseverance, as well as patience. Inspire them to work together in pursuit of our community's greatest aspirations, even as they watch over its daily needs. Oh God, we are thankful for the dedication and giving spirit that bring these men and women before you, prepared to devote their energies to your service and to the benefit of us all. Grant success in their endeavors and help them to lead us in the pursuit of our sacred mission. So now we'd like to offer you the priestly benediction, the oldest blessing we know of.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and guard you, keep you safe.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's countenance shine upon you, be gracious unto you. May God help keep your meetings brief and constructive.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May God always be with you through your service to our community, through this chapter of life as we go forward together. May God grant you the greatest gift of all, the gift of peace. Peace in your heart, peace in your homes. God willing, soon peace for all creation. We say together,
Amen.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Justin's going to stand here and hold the Torah for the rest of the service.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
So why don't we have them,
Mazel tov.
where do you want the picture?
He started a
Okay, we're
trend.
going to do
Bring
a
it
picture.
on. Mazel tov.
Oh, we're supposed to take a
Mazel
picture?
tov.
Picture? Is that what it
Picture.
says?
Group
Picture.
picture.
Group
We're doing a
picture.
picture.
Mazel tov, mazel tov,
Yeah,
mazel
short
tov.
people
Okay,
and
I'm taking a
legs.
picture over here.
I think I need to be on the
Squish in,
end.
squish in.
I'm going to switch places. Yeah. Clergy on the end. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Julie. Mazel tov.
I got it, Justin. Kevin. I got you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Mazel tov. Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Now, as we say in the old country, you all may be seated. Yep. My old country. Are you doing pillar? Okay. And now we continue with the presentations of the awards for the evening.
Good evening, and thank you all for coming tonight. Tonight, we gather for several important reasons, not the least of which is to honor those in our Temple family who have stood head and shoulders above the rest of us in service to our congregation. Some are being honored as vital and valued congregants for their volunteer commitments to Temple over the past year, and we, of course, are grateful for their dedication to our synagogue. One special honoree, Joni Lair, is being honored tonight for her years, even decades, of time, energy, talents, and devotion to Temple Israel. Joni, please come forward to receive your honor as Temple's Pillar of the Congregation Award. Congratulations, Margaret. Give me 1 minute. Hold on 1 second. I'm not ready to cede the mic quite yet. Well, I was supposed to say this while she was walking up, but you all had to give her a standing O. Allow me to regale you with a little bit about how Temple has benefited from Joni's truly lifelong commitment to Temple Israel. A lifelong Temple congregant, one of Joni's earliest volunteer roles as a teen, she was an office assistant, but her love for Temple was well established much earlier, as Joni recalls, as she had fashioned an ark complete with curtains to draw to protect her consecration Torah. Remember, that's kindergarten, folks. Her influence at Temple was also felt very early when she encouraged her father, Alfred Mayer, to serve as Temple president in the 1950s, and he obliged his daughter. Joni has served as sisterhood president as well as Temple's first woman president in the late 70s, including her steadfast leadership during the aftermath of the 1975 tornado. Joni has grown a family of Temple leaders, including her husband Marty and son John, who have both served our congregation as presidents, and her daughters, Susan Lair and Cindy Goldberg, who have both assumed leadership positions at Temple. Cindy currently serves as a trustee and a valued member of our executive committee. Her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren are Joni's pride and joy. I could go on, but I think we'd all rather hear from Joni herself. Nobody needs to respond to that. Let me close by saying that tonight's Pillar Award is given in so much more than recognition and just appreciation. It is a celebration of a life lived in service, a family dedicated to faith and community, and a woman whose fingerprints can be found across every corner of Temple Israel. Our heartiest congratulations, Joni.
Thank you. I certainly am most appreciative of receiving this honor. I really feel I should be giving it to Temple for all it has given to me throughout my entire lifetime. I have loved my relationship with the many clergy I have been involved with and from whom I have learned so very much. From the time I was very young, something drew me to Temple, and I was always happy to help others work toward its goals through these many years. From my parents and then my husband and children, I always received tremendous support for the time I gave to Temple, and always at their expense. In looking at the congregation, both here tonight and through the various mailings, I see longtime friends and many members who are new to me. This is really exciting because Temple needs all of you to maintain our active membership. New members, old members, we need you all. Let me strongly remind you that this is your spiritual home. Become and stay involved in its many activities. Be free with your suggestions for new ideas for all ages, or changing how current things might continue. Get to know the staff and clergy well. That's one of the real dividends we've always had. Don't be afraid to reach out. Some of your ideas may not be implemented, but some may make very positive additions to the future planning of Temple. We need you all to feel content. Thank you so much for this recognition. I pray we will all find the spiritual guidance we are seeking in this congregation for many more years to come. And thank you, Susie.
Don't go anywhere just yet. So, so we're going to take a picture with the plaque that's going to hang in our building. So who are we looking at?
Joni.
Oh, now look at Allison. Rabbi,
I'm coming back. Don't worry.
We have one for you to take home
Yeah.
also. Yes, you
Yeah.
get.
So the big one stays here, but this one you can hang in your own home. Presented to Joni Lair, the Pillar Award, here, 22nd of Iyyar, 5785.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
There you go. Thank you. Yeah.
I just want to add that we have several previous recipients of the Pillar Award in our congregation tonight, here tonight, John Waldbaum and Sally Kaplan, who are both here to congratulate Joni in person. We also have well wishes that we've received from many of the others who are still with us, including Mibsy Brooks, Sylvia Rothman, Carol Farber, Bob Freeman, I said Sally, and Mel Epstein. They're all here, and I just want to read to you all what Joni's inscription is. In recognition of a lifetime of visionary leadership, unwavering devotion, and a multi-generational impact at Temple Israel, our first female president, dedicated volunteer, and beloved matriarch of a family rooted in service. Thanks, Joni.
And thank you, Susie. We continue now with our Volunteer of the Year. Call up Allison Genero to present our Volunteer of the Year Award.
Good evening. Good evening. Tonight we gather to celebrate the heart and soul of our congregation, our dedicated volunteers. As an events coordinator, I can confidently say that our events would not be possible with the many unwavering support of those who help behind the scenes. It is my true privilege to shine a well-deserved spotlight on someone who truly embodies the spirit of selflessness and service, our Volunteer of the Year, Terry Joy. Terry has been in it. Oh, yes.
Terry has been an incredible force within our community, whether it's lending a hand and helping during Purim, serving food, providing transportation for all of our guests, or preparing our wonderful onegs. She is there, going above and beyond with a warm smile and a generous heart. Terry, your impact is profound, and we are so grateful for the countless hours and the love that you put into everything that you do for us. You exemplify what it means to serve with heart and with purpose, and we are incredibly fortunate to have you as a part of our congregation. Please join me in congratulating our Volunteer of the Year, Terry Joy.
Tonight, we are honored to share our Social Justice Award. Our Social Justice Award recipient, Anna Sherman, is not feeling well and not able to join us tonight, but I'm going to share a little bit about her with our community because she is deserving of that recognition. One of our shared values as a community is to engage in the work of Tikkun Olam, the repair of the world. For many years now, Temple has taken a group of folks to shop for and prepare Sunday breakfast at the Stevens Center. 2 years ago, Anna Sherman graciously stepped forward to become the chairperson of our work there. During that time, we've consistently maintained a presence at Stevens Center, not only on the 5th Sunday of the month, but we've added the 2nd Sunday successfully as well. What originally started as a B'nai Mitzvah project for her daughter Ashley soon became a passion project for Anna. And she has put her heart and soul into not only feeding the physical hunger of Stevens Center residents through delicious and nutritious meals, but also feeding an emotional and spiritual hunger for connection and companionship through the relationships that she and our volunteers continue to build with the residents there. In a time where the economy is uncertain and food security continues to rise, Anna is a steadfast and passionate champion of our work at Stevens Center, working to educate our community and to recruit others to take part in the work as well. We as a congregation are tremendously grateful to Anna, and we're delighted to take a moment to celebrate her dedication, her care, and her commitment to this holy work. And so, since she mentioned in her email today that Dan Gilbert was such an excellent mentor to her, I'm going to ask if I can put you on the spot to accept this award on her behalf.
That's a privilege.
Thank you, Dave. Here, thank you.
And we'll have Allison come back up to present the Young Adult Service Award.
Hello again. Tonight, I have the privilege of honoring an exceptional young leader in our community, the recipient of the Young Adult Service Award, Kaylin Stoner. Kaylin has been an integral part of Toby's team, consistently stepping up to lead and lend a hand in our weekly oneg prep. She has also reinvented our weekly oneg prep to make life a lot easier for me. No matter what task is thrown her way, Kaylin takes it on with grace, determination, and unwavering positivity. Despite facing challenges, she continues to show up almost every week, embodying resilience and dedication in all that she does. Kaylin's warmth and infectious sense of humor makes everyone feel welcome from the moment they walk through our doors. Her welcoming spirit and big smile have become a cornerstone of the Temple community, reminding us of power and kindness and connection. Kaylin, your presence, leadership, and boundless energy have had a profound impact on all of us, including me. Thank you for your commitment, your strength, and for being such a remarkable young role model to all of us. Let's give a round of applause for our Young Adult Service Award recipient, Kaylin Stoner.
And for our Torah Scholar Award, we are honored to present this award this year to Dr. Zachary B. Smith, also known as Zach. He joined the Creighton faculty in 2015 as a resident assistant professor, and in 2017 became an assistant professor in the Department of Theology, coming here, making the great schlep all the way from the old country of New York. Zach came here with his wife, Dr. Margaret Gurwitz Smith, along with their sons Ezekiel and Ezra, and have become an integral part of our congregational community and family. In addition to just teaching at Creighton, he also has a passion for the religions of the Mediterranean world, specializing in Judaism and Christianity, and he is the Secretary-Treasurer for the Religion and Bible Society of the Rocky Mountain Great Plains region and a member of the American Academy of Religion. And so what happened is I was meeting with them in my office, and Zach began to look around at the books in my office, and we realized we had a lot of similar passions and interests. And there began a conversation about opportunities to expand our adult education program. And Zach mentioned that he happened to be on sabbatical and was looking for opportunities to teach. And I explained that, well, we would love to have him teach. We have no budget to compensate him for it. And he said he just would love the opportunity. What sort of topics would we potentially be interested in? And I said, well, what do you feel passionate about? And we slowly settled on the topic of how the Israelites became the Jews. And in my mind, I was thinking it would be, maybe a 3-parter class. And quickly I realized he was dedicated to teaching a semester's worth of college-level education to a number of our congregants who came and felt engaged and inspired and educated in such an important part of our people's history. And it's through Zach's dedication, his humor, his love of teaching, his love of Judaism, that he's really helped to elevate the way we teach Torah in our congregation and community. And so it is our pleasure and our honor to be able to present this award to Zach Smith this evening as Temple Israel Scholar of the Year. Come on up, Zach. Thank you. Come over. Now we're going to have Julie Levine come up to present our Young Leadership Award.
Good evening. It is really a treat to be here. It was a year ago that I was watching this on Zoom from Memphis on a Sunday morning, anticipating my eventual move and getting finally to this wonderful place that had opened their arms to me and my husband and said, "We're ready for you." And I wrote a whole bunch of words on this paper about our recipient this evening, Sophia Stern. But words on a paper are absent of one key thing, and it is one of the reasons that there was no hesitation in selecting Sophia for that. Words on a paper are absent of warmth. And one of the true reasons that we wanted to honor Sophia this evening with the Youth Leadership Award is the warmth, sincerity, and authenticity that she has brought to her chosen path to renew her commitment to the YLP program, to renew her studies, and to take on the role of Madrichol, classroom guide and assistance, 4 years ago, where she partnered with our pre-K teacher, and as such has been an essential, significant, and integral part of making the entire atmosphere for our youngest, newest learners warm, welcoming, exciting, dynamic, and meaningful, and above all, personal. If you ever see any littles running around the synagogue who do this, It's because Miss Mila and Miss Sophia taught them that sometimes there's a lot going on and we don't always want to use our big outside voices to say hi, but we want to say hi to people. And so sometimes it happens that way. Earlier this year, Mila was out and we said, Sophia, you ready to take the class on your own for today? She said, sure, absolutely. How many things went wrong? We lost track. It was all okay, and she handled it completely in stride because she knew that she was part of a team that had her back. And she is very easy to support because of the great pride she takes in the work she does. Sophia does not treat being in our YLP as one of the madrichol as just a job. I'm amazed when I look around Omaha and I see how many teenagers have jobs. She could go get a job anywhere. She chooses to be there every Sunday morning and almost every month at Tot Shabbat with open arms, with smiles, with the determination to teach and to inspire and to keep people seen, embraced, and connected. And this entire past year, while doing all of this as a high school senior, she was also dual enrolled at MMC, is about to or has just completed her CNA program, and is fortunately staying here in Omaha and at Temple Israel this coming year as she enters nursing school and takes on the role of our lead pre-K teacher. Sophia, I've only known you for a year, but truly you are one of the brightest spots for so many of us, for parents, for children, for siblings, for the people that also serve with you on our team. And I thank you for truly embodying the spirit of what it means to be a part of a rich, vibrant community of intention where Jewish identities are formed to last. Sophia Stern. Now we get to all smile for a picture. Two pictures. All right, now we go that way. Now we look at Allison. Okay. All right, good. One more. Yay.
And Mazel Tov as well to Sophia on her graduation from Elkhorn North High School, which took place just this past Sunday. I was delighted to be there to be able to witness that as well. And now we will conclude tonight's program with a benediction. Cantor?
Thank you. We have the opportunity to bless our incoming board with the priestly benediction, and we will also take this opportunity to bless the whole community. Different melody. This version of Yevarechecha has been named Birkat Kehillah by its composer, Steve Dropkin, a blessing for the community. And so we pray that all of us will feel blessed by God's presence, will feel supported by each other, and will know that we are here to be a complete community. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom, shalom, v'yasem lecha shalom, 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 yasem shalom, 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 yasem lecha shalom, shalom, v'yasem lecha shalom. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom, shalom, v'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, ve'yasem lecha shalom, 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 ve'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, ve'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, ve'yasem lecha shalom.
Mazel tov to our award recipients, mazel tov to our board members, to our community at Temple Israel. As you came in strength, may you leave in strength. This concludes our annual meeting. Thank you for being here.